Cam West, Tri-Valley Scotties joining us here for week number 12 with Storied rivals and round 2 of the playoffs. And you had a bye in week 11, Coach. And I kind of want to start with that and kind of get your thoughts on this shrunken down playoff field this year. For the last couple of years, it was 16 teams, and now it's 12, and the top 4 seeds in each region get a bye, and you had a bye week in week 11. What were your thoughts on that? Do you think the bye helped you, or some coaches like to just keep playing and not have that downtime? But what were your thoughts on it? Because there's benefits and drawbacks, I guess, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, I think the answer is to be seen. To be honest, it kind of depends how we play this week.
Right.
See if we kind of got caught in a lull or not. But I think for us, it was a good week to kind of get back to basics and focus on individual skills, just football, not really preparing for a team. Having an idea of what 2 different teams do, mixing some of that stuff in for both teams that we could have potentially played.
Sure.
But just getting back to the basics, a lot of individual time, working on just football stuff, tackling, where it doesn't really matter who you're playing. You got to be able to tackle. So
Yeah.
And it was a less physical week for us, a little less time on the field, more time for our kids to kind of rest and relax. And so is it a good or bad thing? We'll see. So our kids handled it the right way. They took practice serious, even though we didn't have an opponent. We tried to stay as normal as we could. Just kind of made the practice schedule a little bit shorter. Didn't practice on Friday because we never do. So hopefully our kids took advantage of just not getting pounded for a week, which
Yeah.
is good for us.
Is that the main benefit you think, is just health and just kind of, like you said, guys aren't out there hitting each other every day of the week, and you don't have a football game to play on a Friday, and it helps your offensive line, stay healthy. And Levi, who gets a ton of touches and he's getting tackled on virtually every play. I mean, he saves his health a little bit. And then obviously Luka got banged up in week 9 and then he played in week 10. But is that the main benefit of having that week off?
Yeah, I would think just from a health standpoint, I think it is helpful. You also get to, maybe you want to install some things and work on them for 2 weeks, stuff that you haven't done.
Right.
So we've done that and installed a few things that we hadn't worked on, and we got an extra week to work on it. So, but it was nice to kind of get our guys, especially if we're playing a physical brand of football, running the football a lot. So to get Levi some rest for a week was definitely a good thing. And Luka has been kind of banged up all season, so to get him an extra week of rest, not getting tackled, it was a good thing.
Yeah. Now, how does Stone Spiker feel going into his first career playoff game? He's a sophomore, and he's had a good season, but obviously the running game is the dominant part of your offense, and you lean on that. But when you need Stone to make throws, he does a good job of making them. How does he feel preparation-wise as he gets ready to step into his first playoff game as a sophomore?
Yeah, I think he feels confident, and I think an extra week of practice without a game really helps a young quarterback. Just getting back to completing normal passes and working on some blitz pickup and understanding where to throw the ball, where to look. I think that's beneficial for a young quarterback, and he took advantage of last week. Had a really good week of practice last week, and has had a good week of practice this week too. So I think he's confident. He's a lot more comfortable now, week 12, than he was week 1 in terms of what we're trying to do, what we're asking him to do. And like I said, having a run game makes playing quarterback a lot easier. So if we can run the ball effectively, we can get guys open using play action and things like that. Just really help a young quarterback.
Now, obviously, like last week, you didn't know who you were going to be playing against, but it's Hamilton Township. And as you get deeper into these playoffs, like we're into round 2, you're going to be going up against dudes every week, no matter who you play. And Hamilton Township's got a handful of dudes, especially on the offensive side of the ball. You have Beverly Akin and Suge Brown, who just run the ball really well, and Akin's a good back out of the backfield as well. He plays well on defense. But Lucas King, their quarterback, really spreads it around. He's got a couple different – he threw 3 touchdowns last week in their playoff game, and he's just got a lot to work with offensively. I mean, talk to me about what you've seen with their film and how you match up.
Yeah, really good football team. Like I told our kids, it's week 12. Everyone's good. Everyone has players. I think Hamilton Township does a really good job, like you said, spreading the ball around. You can't really focus on, hey, we're going to take away this guy, because they have multiple guys that they can get the ball to in space. They can turn and hand the ball to very good running backs. And one thing I think that I've been most impressed watching them on film is how physical they are up front. I think their offensive and defensive lines are really good. They're big, they're physical, and they play really, really hard. So it's going to be a challenge. And we've talked to our kids for 2 weeks, not knowing last week who we were playing. That it was going to be a challenge. You're playing good teams late in the season, and they got to play last week too, which could be to their advantage. That is to be seen. So I'm excited for it. It's a team that we haven't played here at Tri-Valley. That's another cool thing about the playoffs. You get to see some teams, scout some teams that you haven't played before. We did play them one time when I was at Granville back in the day, so whatever that's worth. But it was nice kind of scouting a new team. But it's going to be a challenge. They're really, really good, well coached. They play really hard. They play a fast, physical brand of football, and they can also be a finesse team and get the ball to their playmakers in space. They make you defend the whole field.
Now, I know when we talked a couple weeks ago, you mentioned, your secondary maybe hadn't made a ton of plays this season. It was a bit on the younger side, but obviously Ryan LaMonica is the leader of that group, and he made tons of, he had 2 pick sixes against John Glenn. We know the type of player he is, but how much are you challenging your secondary this week to match up against this offense? Like you said, they spread it out, and there's not one guy that you can really key on, so they're not necessarily going to go to one side of the field or the other. How much are you challenging them this week to be, at the top of their game?
Yeah, I've challenged our secondary almost every week in terms of we got to start making plays, and we did a better job week 10 against John Glenn, getting 2 scores defensively. 2 pick sixes is huge, and in big games late in the season, stealing a possession, making a play defensively, getting off the field on third down, those are huge. So we've got to start making more plays in the secondary, and I think we have the guys to do it. I think they've got to be they kind of play scared to make a mistake at times, which makes them not play very fast. So we've kind of worked on that, kind of attacking the football, anticipating and attacking the football, because these guys are going to give you opportunities to make plays. You just got to make them. Well, that's kind of, we've talked to our kids, not just the secondary all season. You're going to have opportunities to make plays in big games. It comes down to, we got to quit talking about it. We got to start making those plays. So we focused on that here the past couple weeks.
How exciting is it to have this game at home?
Yeah, I definitely think that's an advantage. That's one advantage
of
being a top 4 seed. You get a week off, and then you get a home game. So we love playing at home. I think we have good home field advantage in terms of you don't have to travel anywhere. You don't have to pack a bag. Make sure you have all your stuff. Everything's here. We don't have to carry a bunch of equipment everywhere. So it's definitely going to be nice. And Hamilton Township's never played here too. So it'll be all new for them. So we hopefully that's to our advantage.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to being there Friday night, Coach. Thanks for hopping on for 8 to 10 minutes talking football, man. Love talking to you each and every year, and I'm glad we got a chance to sit down again, and best of luck against Hamilton Township.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.